Hello, lovely beginner artists out there. Do you find it very difficult to create realistic artworks? Each time you try to create an artwork that looks realistic, you always or at most times end up with something like this. If that is true about you, there are three things you can do instantly to start creating artworks that looks like this rather than creating things that looks like this. Number one, don't be too hasty and end up your drawings at the blending level. Now, this is what I mean. You notice that this one appears way realistic, or that one appears even more realistic than what we can see here. This is what most beginner artists do. They end up using their blending tools to create the shades and those values, and they finalize their artwork there. In order for your artworks to appear realistic, pay attention to that reference or that picture you are drawing. Zoom in close. There are tiny details that are so small that you are not seeing. Those are what makes your artwork appear realistic. As we can see here, this area appear more realistic than this. That is because this area is only shaded, and that is what most beginner artists do. And your blending tools such as a beauty blender or a blending stump or whatever blending tool you use will not be able to give you those tiny little details. What enables you get those textures are the use of your H pencils, which are your hard pencils inside your drawing set. Now, after adding those values as we see here, you make use of your hard pencil to start adding those tiny little details. Zoom into your reference and start adding them. Trust me, you are going to mess things up at first, but subsequently as you move on to your second and third drawing, you are really going to be excited that you start doing that. The next thing you can do to make your artworks look way realistic is to avoid stroke. Now, this is an artwork I did a long time ago. I never realized that this is destructive. As we can see here, we have strokes, thick strokes that differentiate one value from the other. Realistic artworks don't have thick strokes as I just showed you. It only has contrast, difference between one value and the other. Now, when you take a look at this hand, there are no strokes that shape the hand out. It is just the contrast between the white and the hand we are seeing here. Faded out lines, not strokes. As you can see here, there are lines all over. As you can see, all these lines are making the artwork so unrealistic. There are borders. Try to avoid thick strokes when you are sketching so that you can blend in those strokes while you are shading. Doing so will help you avoid these kind of lines and hence enable you create artworks that appear a lot realistic, as you can see here. Of course, the next thing you do is to click that like button, click that follow button, click the subscribe button in whichever social media platform you are seeing this, either on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Here I give you tips, tricks, and techniques to get your artworks done in no time. So if you are one in the group, make sure to do that. Till I see you next time, I am Blinks and this is Blinks Art. Keep creating.